Amazon is trying to figure out what to do with Stargate when the MGM sale finally goes through, hopefully by summer 2022. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So, if you're returning to the channel and you are a regular SciTrekker, you'll know that I've talked about Stargate a lot because I've been in contact with a couple of people that work with MGM on the creative side, and they've been drip feeding me a few little bits of information. So I have tried to tie them down to give me a really good idea of what is actually on the drawing board at the moment. The people I'm talking to are speculating to a point. They know what conversations are going on, but none of this is decided. Until the MGM Amazon sale is finalised, none of this will be decided. They're trying to prepare for the day that MGM sale does become finalised and they can crack on. They don't want to start from the beginning. If there's anything they can do to prepare, they're doing that now. And to do that, they've basically drawn up 3 plans. Plan A is the preferred option. If the MGM sale is finalised within the next couple of months, my sources are actually saying potentially March or April this could be done, then they will begin full swing into producing a movie. That movie will hopefully be hitting our screens before winter of 2023. Now, at the moment, there's no script for that movie, but there is apparently a basic storyline, and they do have an idea who they want to write, produce, and direct. There is some ideas potentially that the team that produced the Tomorrow War might actually be involved for that project though. Now, following that quickly, there will be a television series. That television series will start within a couple of weeks of the movie premiering. The idea being basically that the film will create a lot more hype than a series alone and will really kickstart the whole project with a big bang. Now, the TV series they're producing, ideally, they want Brad Wright to be involved in that, but Amazon has questions about the project that he's already penciled out. We know that Brad Wright has an idea for how he wants one series to go ahead. He was asked by MGM to produce a series, and he's done that, and he's also written a pilot episode. Amazon apparently executives want that to be a bit bigger, and they also want to tie in the television series into the movie, and obviously the movie hasn't actually been written yet, so that will need some reworking of the series. Apparently Amazon also wants the movie and the TV series to become tied in with the game Stargate Timekeepers. They want all of these projects to influence each other and come together. Now, there is also another piece of information I've been told about that project, potentially with Brad Wright, but that's for another video. Plan B. If the sale of MGM drags on much longer, beyond the summer potentially, then Amazon are likely to change their plan. They want Stargate on our screens as early as possible. The preferred option is for a movie, then a series. But a movie takes 18 months to produce. A TV series could go from being greenlit to on our screens within 6 months. So, if that is delayed further, they will start with the TV series. Again, preferred option is to go with Brad Wright, who will have to potentially rework and rewrite what he's already prepared and come up with something a little bit new. But they are willing to go with other people if that doesn't work out. And then produce a movie to follow it. Now, this is basically just going to mean reworking the stories a little bit so that they work together that way. But this way, they can still get Stargate in one way or another on our screens by December, at the latest 2023. So that is basically the plan B, the second option, if things drag out much longer. Now, there is also a plan C. Now, this seems, from what I'm being told, to be not a popular option, but it's something they're kicking around as a possibility, and that is bringing in the Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin potentially to create the original trilogy they planned all the way back when they produced the first Stargate movie. That would be a hard reboot. All of these other ideas we're talking about would be soft reboots. New characters, but the original Stargate still exists. In this option, it would be completely wiping out everything that's come before, like SG-1 never happened. They would remake the original Stargate film, There was talk about just doing a sequel for the original Stargate movie, and maybe even James Spader and Curtis Russell coming back for that, but apparently conversations have gone on that Roland Emmerich believes actually too much time has gone by and that just won't work. So instead, they want to completely remake the original and then make the second and third films that they planned all those years ago. Now, if this happens, it's going to basically wipe out everything that happened before, but it is not a popular option. Apparently, Amazon executives have raised the concern that this will annoy fans. And one of the big things that they want to do is keep fans on side. They want to use Stargate as a way to excite interest in the MGM sale, because Amazon know they're not exactly seen as the good guys in this. That their public persona maybe isn't of a friendly, warm company, and people see them quite negatively. So they want to use this as really a push to get people excited and get people on board with the Amazon MGM sale and with Amazon as a whole. Now, it seems to be that they have had meetings with Roland Emmerich. This has been discussed, but it's not really a preferred option, like I say. My only concern is, if Moonfall is a bit of a surprise hit, Roland Emmerich's next big sci-fi movie, then executives might reconsider that option. They might see pound signs. But I honestly don't think this is a threat. I think it is just something, while they're in sort of a holding pattern, they've considered and they've talked about, but I don't really think it's anything that's going to happen. The other two options are by far the preferred ones. With Plan A and Plan B as well, there is really a big push from Amazon that they want to do sort of like a Marvel-style phases, that the movies, TV series, games, and other projects that, if this is successful, they want to bring online, will all sort of mingle together. And you'll have bad guys that appear in the movie, the TV series, etc., across all the thing in phases like Marvel. So we might have a phase of 3 or 4 years building up towards something quite big that will then influence all of the projects at the same time, and then after that move on to something else. Now, I imagine initially that would be something like a gold bad guy or something along those lines, or the Lucian Alliance. It will build up to a big dramatic finale, probably in a movie, and then move on to something new after that. So what do I think will happen? I think Plan A is by far the option I prefer. I'd love Brad Wright to stay involved, and like I said, there is another development that is very interesting that I'll talk about in another video. I'd love there to be a big movie to really kickstart this off in a really big bang way. I don't mind if it's a TV series, then if that's successful, follow up with a movie or another series. I love the idea of this phased idea as well, of building up to some big finale and then moving on to something else in a sort of a Marvel-esque style. I don't like the Plan C. I don't like this option of a hard reboot, but I can understand why it would be considered at very least, because in lots of storytelling ways it's much easier. But I completely agree with the Amazon and MGM people that I've spoken to in that they are really at risk of alienating the audience if they do that. So please get in the comments, tell me, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen if this deal goes through in the next few months? I think we're going to get something announced really quickly, but what would you like to see? Please, if you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Also, you can join the channel and for a small fee every month, help me produce more content. Also, you can go and join us on Facebook, where I'm always dumping silly little memes and things, and we can try to have conversations there as well. Most importantly though, as always, please stay safe, and I'll see you really soon.